Think about who you've met in the past, who you would describe as being very good at influencing other people to do the things that they would like them to do. Now, many people, when they're trying to influence other people, do a lot of talking, do a lot of pushing, do a lot of persuading. If you think about the very best influencers, actually, the very best influencers are often the ones who listen best to other people and understand and empathize with other people more effectively than others. So this short video is going to bring to life a very simple set of processes that you can use to help you be ready to influence somebody else, but also engage them so that you're more successful. So let's have a look at the first thing. It's about knowing what you want to achieve. Now this is really, really important. If you are not clear about what it is that you want them to say yes to before you engage somebody to influence them, you're going to have a really tough time doing that. You're going to have a really tough time convincing them. So be really clear about why they should say yes to you, but also what it is that they want to achieve themselves. Now you may not know some of those questions, so you're going to need to do some research into the other person. You need to think about if they work for a business, what kind of business do they work for? What kind of person are they? Who do you know that knows them, for example, that can give you a little bit more information about them? And then think about how you're going to engage them. Now, what is interesting about questions is that many people ask really poor quality questions. And what we would like you to think about here is asking good quality open questions. Open questions engage the other person. So open questions begin with the words like why and when and who and how and which and where. And these kind of questions help other people engage. They help people open up and start to talk about the things that are on their minds. When you go and meet them to influence them, remember your first impressions. You may have seen the video about this which brings to life the importance of connecting with people and thinking about how that first impression is made. Once you've done that, ask them the questions that you've prepared earlier. Ask them the things that you want to know about them so you can find out about the things that are important to them. Listen to them. Empathize with them. Really hear them, even if they're telling you things that you don't really want to hear. It's still important to them. And this is where it's really important to speak less and listen more. And when you've finished asking your questions and you've finished the conversation where you're hearing what's important to them, it's really often a good idea to summarize to check your understanding so that they feel heard. But also, this gives them an opportunity to tell you other things that they haven't yet had the chance to do. And now you can start to talk about the things you want to talk about. Think about it, you've got enough information from them to understand how to shape your story. Talk about the things that you want to talk about, but in the context of what they've told you. Now, they may not agree with everything. You're going to need to listen to what they have to say about it. And listening at this stage is really important, not disagreeing. You may disagree, but not disagreeing immediately. Listening, empathizing, and understanding their perspective, which makes it much more likely that you can build empathy with them, but also come to an agreement. Now, your agreement may need to be a degree of compromise versus what you wanted to achieve in the first place. But what will happen is that whatever you agree, it'll be much easier for you to agree the next steps and make sure that whatever it is that you have talked about happens in reality. Now, whilst this may not be a foolproof method for influencing, you won't get what you want all of the time. This process helps you engage the other person, really understanding what's important to them, so you can shape your solution so that they're much more likely to say yes.